Welcome back to my channel. King Julian and my girl Champagne.
Hey.
So before they start the video, everybody, if you're new to it, like, subscribe, click the bell so you know when I make a new video is on. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about, would you make a OnlyFans with your husband?
Me personally, I would.
So, you know, excuse my dog background. He is doing his thing back there. But, you know, I've been seeing a lot of couples doing OnlyFans. And I'm like, would I do OnlyFans with my spouse? No. I don't think I would. Not because I feel like it's anything wrong with it or I'm judging anybody, but it's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know, I would want the kids to run across it and be like, or somebody, because you know, you never know, because like, you know, kids have so much access to everything now. Like, we didn't have the internet like that. not on our phones. Like, everything is like a click of a button. And mind you, you know, our kids may be raised one way, but somebody else's kid could be like, oh, look what me and my mom and daddy be doing in the swing, in the sling. Okay, so look, so with making the OnlyFans, do you feel like certain things will be off the table with your husband if he asks you to do something or whatever? Like, so there was a video I showed her, and she was like, "Look
I was real confused."
So would that be like, I'll say, if your husband ever came to you, like, what would be your first initial response?
Hell no. Hell no.
So it was a pagan video. It was a pagan, like, mind you, and I brought that up because that's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure people were doing it, but like now I've been seeing it more. Like, people been talking about it more, and I'm just like, you know, I think about it, I'm like, what is going through, how does that conversation even start? Sometimes I be thinking about it, like,
yeah,
you know,
especially when it comes to black women, especially because we're raised, the men should be behind, the women should be in front, and that's pretty much it. But it's like, I mean, it's one thing if it's man on man, but for it to be the woman that's now being dominant, it's
just new for you.
It's different.
Right. So like, do you feel that, you know, how you were raised versus like your life experience had a lot to do with how you view like just, you know, sex with your partner and everything like that? Do you feel like it's changed your view, your thought process?
I was raised in church, so yes, you only have sex with your partner. You are supposed to wait until you're married to have sex. Of course, nobody ever does nowadays, but yeah, that's pretty much how it is, like man and woman.
Right. So do you feel like, have you done anything that made you be thinking like, oh shit, like I can't believe I done that?
I don't think, not really. I mean, I've been with,
well, I mean,
so
I mean, even with your husband, like, have you know, done something and be like, damn, I can't believe, damn, we did that? Like, shit. Like,
oh, well, yeah. Definitely. My grandma would not approve of some of those things.
Look, I feel like sometimes, like, just in the moment, it's good, but then after you said it, be like, I be thinking, like, you are a nasty ass motherfucker.
I am. I agree. I am.
I feel like sometimes it's a double standard when, I mean, not all the time. I think sometimes it's just our initial thought because it's new. And I don't feel like we're being judgy as black people. I think sometimes it's kind of like we're not accustomed to that stuff.
Right.
So I think sometimes people think that we're being overly judgmental when sometimes it's really new. And we're not expressing ourselves maybe in the right way at that moment. Like somebody, you know, like I showed you that video and you was like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. Like, I didn't think he was being judgy. I really just was like, that's something new. That's something you've never seen. You're not accustomed to that.
It really was my first time.
It really was your first time. And I'm just like, sometimes it's like, you have to see new things to experience new things.
Right.
So it just be like that. So, as a man, how long have you been married?
8.5 years.
8.5 years. So I'm sure that with those 8.5 years, you know, it comes a lot of communication, a lot of, you know, different experiences. So how do you keep it like fresh? Like, what do you feel like are some tips to keep it like hot and spicy? Like, cause I want to know, cause I want to be saying, oh, I'm 8+ years in the game.
For me, I'm always like romantic. Like I always will send the kids away to either my parents or his parents, and I'll have like the lingerie, I'll have dinner, a whole lot of liquor and wine. I'll have music playing, so when he gets home from work, I already got the hot bubble bath ready for him. Like, just being romantic.
Right.
Like, and then always being open, what's the word called? Showing him a lot of public affection.
Oh,
like especially, right, like to me, like we have 3 boys, so I have to show my kids it's okay to love your spouse. It's okay to show people that you're married even when you're young.
Right.
Because nowadays it's like if you 18 and you got one girl, you what's the new word?
What?
Like we used to call it sprung, but they have like new words for it now for like the new age kids. Like,
I don't even know.
What does that mean?
Look, that's showing our age right now.
Sprung, basically. I'm like, right. I'm like, it's okay to be 18 and be like with one woman.
Right.
Or man.
But you know what? I like that. I like the fact that you are showing your boys it's okay to show affection, you know, to have emotion and all the other stuff. Because sometimes as young black men, and I can attest to it the same way, that, you know, showing emotion is not the first thing that you want to do. And I think that's good because it helps them in their relationships to know like, hey, I'm a human being. I have feelings and I can actually talk about it, because you don't want to, you know, have your boys grow up and have girlfriends and they can't really express themselves, you know what I mean?
I hate that. Like, I hate that so many young black boys, and I'm sure it's other races and cultures too, but just from what I've seen,
right.
When you're a man, you're not supposed to show affections, you're not supposed to show emotions, you can't cry when you're hurt or something. Are you a punk, or are you a sissy, or I mean, I've heard it all.
Right.
And I'm like, if you're hurt, you're hurt. Like, if your woman leaves you and you're hurt, you were hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let her know you love her. Like, how do you tell somebody you can't do that?
Right.
That's not normal.
It's not. It's not. And I think we need to start normalizing that too. Like, teaching our black boys, like, hey, you know, you can show emotion. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to express your feelings. Tell me how you feel. So you don't have this grown-ass man baby blowing up and destroying every goddamn thing because...
we know one of those.
Because his mama or daddy didn't give him enough hugs. And I mean, it's, you know, it's comical, like, just talking about it sometimes, but it's a real, actual thing. Like, we really need to start normalizing, like, you know, just with our men, you know, being more open about your feelings, more honest and more transparent, you know, about that. And I'm glad you said that. So kudos. I like that. I commend you for that.
Like, my kids definitely gonna always know mom and dad love each other no matter what we go through. Like, we always love you. Show your emotions. Like, we dance all the time. We sing. We actually having a cook-off this weekend.
Really?
We're having a cook-off this weekend, yeah. We're gonna do me and Ty and Tremaine and the younger boys, so that's gonna be interesting. Like, just trying to do, well, now with COVID, like, we have to find things that's indoors that we can do that's fun.
Right. No, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you still have found ways to make things work, especially through this time, because it's crazy. Like, it's gotten so crazy. But I feel things are slowly progressing, but it's still not what we would like it to be. So, like, that's good. I like that. I mean, we've hung out and I've seen, you know, how you've coped and dealt with the boys and, you know, just with Tremaine and everything. So, like, kudos to you, girl, because, whew, child.
It's hard work. It's a lot of hard work. And
so I'm going to put you on the spot.
It's like 20% easy.
So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh.
Okay. So, outside of communication, because that's like the number one thing. Okay. Outside of communication, what are the top three things you feel that makes a relationship like really pop?
It's funny because you said, because my number one is communication. So it's good we got that out the way, because communication will just kill any marriage relationship.
Effective communication now.
Yes.
Effective, you know, it's a difference.
Not yelling, hollering. Yeah. So after that, again, being affectionate. Like, you got to show that person that you love them. Because my thing is, you can be with somebody, but if y'all not being affectionate, if you're not telling that person I love you, like, you won't have a, I mean, you'll have a relationship, but to me, it's like your roommates.
Okay.
I would also have to say, encouraging one another.
Oh, that's good.
Encouraging one another. Like, that's something I have to work on. I used to do it a lot, but just with life, I'm slowing down, which is not a good excuse, but yeah, just encouraging and uplifting one another. Okay. Let him know, like, boo, you look good. Like, you've been working out. You look good. Like, thank you for going to work every day and making sure all the rent and bills is paid so that we don't have to struggle and suffer. Like, let him know, or let her know, thank you.
Right. I mean, it goes both. It's a two-way street.
Right.
So my top 3 things outside of communication is laughter. You have to laugh.
That's a good one.
Like, you have to laugh. You have to enjoy. You have to enjoy each other. You have to have fun. I think you should play games. I think games, like, without the phone and, like, disconnect, should I say. Disconnect. Mm-hmm. No phone, no TV. Like, you guys just play some games and talk and reconnect and remind yourselves, like, why we got together.
Right.
And plenty sex.
That's my favorite one.
Duh.
That is my favorite one.
Plenty of sex, not just mediocre sex, wild sex, backyard sex, in the hallway sex,
car sex,
you know, at the Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Lots of sex with your partner. It's good. It'll make it pop. Trust me.
I agree.
It'll definitely make it pop. So no, like, I definitely love those points. I feel like we all could learn from one another. You know, when it comes to just communicating and, you know, finding different and efficient ways to, you know, build from where you started from.
Right.
You know, I feel like we don't, as a people, you know, sometimes we don't talk enough, you know, because I feel like we're talking, but we're not saying anything, you know, and I think it's just more like you're doing this, but you're not asking the person, like, so how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
So, like,
that's true.
I definitely.
I agree with that one.
This is good. This Stella Rosa is really good. And I know people gonna be like, damn, he just sipped out that goddamn cup like 50 goddamn times. Like,
I mean, Stella Rosa is kind of like
his cup.
It's liquor, but then it has like a little sweetness and refreshing.
I just wanted to go with something kind of mellow tonight because I haven't been really drinking like that. You know, I haven't drank for us since the last time since the weekend that we was together. But you know, I just been drinking my 0 sugar.
No, it tastes like medicine.
It's good.
It tastes like some juice medicine.
It's really good. You got to give them all a chance. Different. So Minute Maid makes this drink. Minute Maid sponsored me. It's good. 0 sugar. It's amazing. If you want to drink basically water with a little flavor in it, Minute Maid 0 sugar. There you go, right there. She hates
That's
it, but
exactly what it is.
it's different.
Water with a little sample of sugar.
It's different flavors. It's different flavors. She hasn't tried them all. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that could be.
Try them all. It's really good. Minute Maid, hit me up. So no. I definitely love that, you know, you as a black woman, like, really break certain molds that a lot of people are accustomed to, like, as far as being raised in a black family. Sometimes, you know, as a black woman, and even as a black man, we're programmed a certain way, and sometimes, you know, that way is not effective and efficient for our specific lifestyle, and you know, broke those chains. And not only did you live your own life basically based on how you and your husband, your life, your day-to-day lifestyle works, you know what I'm saying? But you still were able to, you know, respect where your family comes from, but everything is just not agreeable because I don't agree with every single thing that my family does. Like, I'm like, that doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. That's not how the world is, you know, in my world, basically. So, like, no, definitely kudos to you, black woman.
Thank you.
Give me some.
But you know what? You have to learn And that's something else I learned. When we first got together, even before we were even married, we had a lot of arguments in behind me copying off what my parents were doing, or me trying to please my parents and my grandparents and my brothers and sisters. Like, oh, well, they don't like this, or they shouldn't do this, or it was just, you have to learn how to do what makes you and your spouse happy. Because at the end of the day, you're married to your spouse. Like, this is your household.
Right.
So your household should be based on you and your spouse. And sometimes not even the kids. Like, not in a rude way, but if you let kids run your marriage, there is no marriage. Literally. Like, if you
say it for the people in the back.
Sex,
say it for the people in
don't
the
be
back.
trying to have sex and the kids like, oh, beating on the door. You keep on beating all you want to. Keep beating all you want to, because you ain't getting up in his room. Oh, we don't want to go to sleep tonight. Tonight is sex night. Go in the room and go to sleep. It's me and Daddy's night. Well, we want to come. No.
Take
no.
your ass to bed.
Bye.
Basically, is what she's saying.
Yes. Do not let. I've seen kids literally ruin marriages.
But you know what? I'm glad you said that, because, you know, I hear so many people say, oh, you know, my kids come first and this and that. And I'm not saying that your kids shouldn't be a major factor in your relationship, but I really personally, you feel what I'm saying, feel that, you know, it should be a balance. You should have some kind of balance, because I'm just like, if your kids are everything above and everything, where does your spouse fit in? Like, why do you even have a spouse? Like, you know, like if your kids are just like, oh, my kids come before myself and I put my kids before everything. Well, where do you have your you time at? Like, what are you doing for yourself to make sure you're good for your kids? Like, I don't think people think that statement through sometimes when they're saying it.
Right.
Like, and that's just how I feel, my personal opinion. You feel what I'm saying? If you disagree with it, that is perfectly okay. But that's how the fuck I feel.
Look, we.
So,
because you know I said the
we feel.
Quick second. Like, I actually just had a situation with someone who we know, where their spouse told me, we don't have enough sex again because the kids are in the bed with us, or because the kids want to stay up till midnight. So then by the time we put the kids to sleep, now we're going to sleep. So then we're going a whole week without sex. And I'm looking like, if put them kids to sleep. I don't care who cries. Put them kids to sleep.
You know, real story. That's funny you said that, because I reached out to a friend of mine, because I like to check on people, especially around this time. Like, I reached out to a friend of mine. He was heavy on my heart, and he told me that him and his husband have not had sex in 11 months.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, they have a daughter, and he said they have not had sex in 11 months.
Is there a reason?
He said they just be tired. Look.
I mean, do we need a babysitter? I mean, I don't mind.
I was
11 months?
11 months, god damn. Like,
how
that's
are you
a
even
long
still
time.
together?
11 months is a long time. He was just like, oh, we get the baby together. I'm like, but you know what? I'm not in their house.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. But it is COVID. It's a baby. You know, it's not like she at school. She doesn't have to go anywhere out in the world.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, damn, what the hell are you doing? Like,
yeah,
I mean, Sesame Street ain't that goddamn long.
I get it. I mean, is it their first?
Yeah, that's first baby.
No, because that still wasn't with me either, so I was still getting it in. I mean, I know like the first 3 months, yeah, okay, like you're tired, the baby's still newborn, but 11 months, like this baby's about to be 1 if it's not already 1. So it's like sometimes when that kid goes to sleep, even if you gotta sneak in the bathroom for a quickie, like you have to get it in. You have to have us time. Like we've literally, like our oldest is already 13, so he's legally old enough to watch the kids. So sometimes we will legally just go walk around Walmart and leave the kids at home, and we'll sit in the car. Or we'll go like sneak and grab us some food.
It's the little stuff.
And have date night inside the car.
It's the
literally.
little stuff.
Because we don't want to go in the house with the kids.
Yeah, it's literally the little things that kind of keep you together. Like it's that glue. You know, it's that little stuff. So like, yeah, again, communication, getting it in. You know?
Favorite. But communication is, yeah, I agree.
Yes, I definitely.
That's number 1.
Effective communication. And when I say effective, because some people probably say, you keep saying effective communication, what does that even look like? Effective communication means that when I'm talking, you listen, and vice versa. Meaning that you're not sitting there waiting to double dutch me, meaning like I'm talking and you're like, okay. I'm like, no.
Oh, man.
Wait till the person say what they have to say. Listen so you can respond.
Right.
You know, it is a big difference between having a conversation effectively and you're just sitting there letting things one in out the other and, you know, nothing's transpiring. You're not going to get anywhere like that. So for those people who want to know what effective communication is, that's what it is. Like, no double dutching. Listen, hear, understand, so you actually can get to a resolution. So you're not sitting there mad all night. It doesn't go into the next morning. That's another thing too. I don't like things to spill over to the next morning.
That's the worst.
Sometimes, let me tell you, sometimes you can't help it because you may be to a point to where like you're here and you have to really take a break. And yeah, you may have to, you know, wait till the next day to talk about it. But if you can help it, talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? Dissect it and figure out whether, you know, what the problem really is.
Right.
But I don't like going to sleep upset. Like, that's just like something that really like irks me. Like, I'd rather just be like, look, we're mad. Even if I'm saying, hey, you know what? I'm upset right now. I love you. Good night. Sleep well. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Boom. At least I feel a sense of relief knowing that I said something.
I love you especially.
Right.
That's one thing you have to say every night.
I said something and I
morning.
didn't just say, oh, fuck it, whatever. I don't give a fuck about you. And now you like, oh, damn, this motherfucker hate me. Like,
and y'all both just like.
And it's
I
like,
can't even sleep when it's like that. Like, I don't know how you just go to sleep when you arguing and fussing and I'll be like.
That's something I had to learn.
That's hard.
It's literally something I had to learn. And I say this to my black men. You know what I'm saying? If you're not great at communicating, if you know you're not great at communicating, seek help. It's okay to talk to somebody. It's okay to talk to a therapist. It's okay to, you know, reach out to somebody who can help you effectively communicate. Because who wants to keep going through 50 million relationships, blaming everybody else, and it's your ass because you can't talk to no damn body. Because you want to be like, oh, you doing that. Like,
it's like after a few, it's like you should realize, like, maybe it is me.
Right.
Maybe it is me. Like, if I'm going through relationship and even friendships, like if you losing all your friends, all your family members, sometimes you gotta take a step back and be like, maybe it's something I'm doing.
Right. Exactly.
You can't always blame everybody for your mistakes and what you're going through in life.
You can't. So definitely. But no, I definitely love that. So we're gonna just wrap it up. So again, everybody, subscribe, click the bell, ding ding, hit it. And next time, we out.
Bye.